we all have, biologists know, that we all have this structure of our brain that's very primitive and very ancient. And it's basically a part of our brain that's only concerned about survival. That's what it's there for, right? It's a primitive aspect of the brain structure that's there only for survival, right? It's what dumps adrenaline into your system if you get spooked, if you feel threatened. It is that which allows your being to rally all of its biological and psychological resources instantaneously to respond very, very quickly to a dangerous situation. Which is a great thing to have if you're, caveman or cavewoman, and you don't know, what damn thing's going to jump out of the boulder you're just walking past. It's really useful to have this very primitive aspect of the brain that can instantaneously rally all resources of your body instantly to respond. Of course, most of us don't find ourselves in those situations very often, do we? We have basically created a world in which we have given great effort towards insulating ourselves from having to utilize that part of the brain structure very often. It comes in useful occasionally, But sadly, most human beings are actually functioning from that part of their brain almost all the time. Always in this state of the old brain structure of survival. Even as complex and as intelligent as our society has become, and how intricately our understanding of our own psychology has become and all the rest, still humanity is basically trapped in this very old structure of the brain, survival pattern of the brain, right? This sort of outdated model that none of us really need, except just very occasionally, Very occasionally do you need to rally all the resources within your being instantaneously for your survival. And yet, in most people, their bodies are doing that same thing all the time. If somebody says something nasty to you, most human beings, their whole system goes into rallying all the forces as if as if a huge lion was about to devour them. And yet someone just said something nasty. Or someone honks at you on the freeway. If you're down in LA, someone may pull a gun on you. It's as if you're defending yourself from some enormous creature. Or you honk back, Right? That's the old primitive brain structure. That's what's operating. I don't want to get into that too much, but I think everyone can experience that in their own self, right? It's only concerned with itself. That's all that brain structure is concerned with. Totally, absolutely self-centered. Survival. But when you have that brain structure operating way past the point and in all sort of circumstances where you don't need it anymore, where it's not actually functioning, where the only thing it attacks is you. Because it will attack you, right? If you don't need your whole body immediately called into its highest functioning, if it happens when you don't need it, it's actually very destructive to your body. It's very destructive to your psychology. It's destructive to your emotions. It's destructive to the energy patterns within you. And a very significant part of the process of awakening is actually awakening from the identity around that structure of our brains. It's part of it. Because that it keeps creating a sense of a self that needs constant protection, you see? And it's fine when you need to protect your body. It's a good thing to protect your body, right? If a car's going to hit you, it's a good thing you got this ancient structure of your brain to pump adrenaline in your system and get you out of the way as quickly as possible, right? It's not so good when it's trying to protect a false sense of self, right? Protect a belief, protect an opinion. But to that part of your brain, it doesn't know the difference. Have you noticed? It knows no difference between, is it protecting an idea that's not even true anyway, right? Or is it protecting your flesh and blood? It knows no difference. That's why we actually kill each other over our ideas, right? And beliefs and opinions, and we kill ourselves. Of course, we only do to others what we've already started to do to ourselves.